Well, top of the morning, top of the morning, top of the Saturday morning, y'all. It's your boy B Jizzle, and I'll have company here in just a second as we get ready to watch the Senior Bowl kick off today. The Panini Senior Bowl is kicking off right now at Hancock Whitney Stadium in Mobile, Alabama. So if you're tracking the Pro Bowl, we're going to do an overview. My girl KELZ with the intels will be tapping in here just shortly. We're going to do an overview. We're going to do some live reactions. So if you got questions, comments, concerns, if you're watching the Senior Bowl, then come tap in with us. Let's go, let's go, let's go. We're streaming live on 3 platforms. We're live on Facebook. Shout out to all of the green badges on Build Different Group. You know, I got a prize to give away today. We might have time to squeeze that in. Shout out to everybody on LinkedIn, on my professionals over there, on the LinkedIn Weekly newsletter, and shout out to everybody on YouTube. But let me bring my girl into the channel, KELZ. How we doing this morning?
Hello, how are you?
Well, it's the Senior Bowl. What can you tell us about the Senior Bowl?
Well, the Senior Bowl is basically where you will see your top 100 players coming out of college football. So your top 100s is basically your first grade and your second grade draft picks.
Now, do we have representation? I know it's a rhetorical question. What representation are you aware of that we know of that the Cowboys have? Now, we know they had the East-West Shrine Bowl recently at the Star in Frisco, but what representation, if any, do we have down there in the Senior Bowl currently?
William McClay is there that I know of. The media staff is also there, as well as I want to say Stephen Jones is there as well, and Shoddy is there.
Right. Well. I know you just shared some news in our chat that one of the prospects.
So we do have some coaches that's actually coaching the team. I know David Overstreet is one of the coaches. He will no longer be with us for the 2026 season, but he is representing the Cowboys on the coaching staff for the Senior Bowl.
Now, speaking of coaches, that turnstile been turning as coaches been coming and going. And I know your favorite guy over there, Mr. Robert Chinyoung, has gone to Pittsburgh, I think, now over there with our old boo Mike McCarthy. Is that true? Is Robert Chinyoung?
That one hit me kind of hard there.
Yeah, because I remember you were at Howard with him as he was working with prospects out there last year or the year before, and you know. Tell everybody who Robert Chinyoung was, and has he got a replacement now? Because I know that turnstile in Dallas, they're still interviewing coaches coming and going today.
Well, that's going to be a new position to be interviewed now. Ramon Chinyoung Sr. Was our assistant offensive line coach, as well as our strength and conditioning quality control coach. He is going to Pittsburgh with Mike McCarthy as the running back coach.
Now, we've had some other coaches depart. Also, Aaron Whitecotton, the D-line coach, he's been gone. He's down in Tennessee now. And I think also Lunda Wells has been interviewing. He's still with us. He's not left us yet, has he?
No.
I know there's some demand out there for him. He's doing some interviews.
Yeah, he's on the interview wheel. I kind of figured once he won the East-West Shrine Bowl, is going to probably be some other people looking.
These opportunities give these coaches a chance to get out there and for everybody else to see their skill set and also elevate them in their career progression. So, this is, I don't follow college football, but this East-West Shrine Bowl, this Senior Bowl, these are intricate parts of this draft process, which we're getting ready to kick off this podcast, PP 2.0, which I'm excited because you just shared some news. One of the players the Cowboys had their eyes on now has got a foot injury and is out. Can you tell us any more the names the Cowboys are looking at today so folks pay attention?
It's a lot if you go to BDG or if you went OAT, I did list those names there in their positions.
Yeah, I'm scrolling on BDG. That was a couple of days ago when you posted.
No, I thought
that was for,
I just posted the Senior Bowl, like
in OAT
and BDG.
Okay. I'll pull those list of names up here. But somebody just said, you just said somebody was injured, right? Somebody had a foot
Yes,
injury and they're out.
running back Nicholas Singleton out of Penn State.
Shout out to Mike Poland over there in the UK. We see you sharing the draft prospect stuff in the OAT group. Mike Poland from the UK Cowboys Fans Podcast will be joining us on position predictions. I'm in here looking for that post, kills. It must be down here pretty deep. But what else can you tell us about the Senior Bowl? It's down there. Why do they have it primarily in Alabama? I think it's 35 degrees down there today. Quite nippy. How's the weather out there in DC?
I don't know. It's been in Alabama for a while now.
Yeah. I'll get the
I'm
official
getting
website
ready
up
to
here.
tag. I'm getting ready to tag you in. Tag you now. I just posted it like 13 minutes ago. All right, I just tagged you.
All right. Well, if you're just tapping in and you're joining us on Facebook, LinkedIn, or YouTube, and you're watching the Senior Bowl or you're tracking prospects for the Cowboys, let us know in the comments down there below. How should the Cowboys spend that 12th pick in round 1? Let us know in the comments down there below as we pull up these names and we take a look at this Senior Bowl action, which just kicked off, is live now and underway. The Panini Senior Bowl in Mobile, Alabama.
Yeah, it used to be called the Reese's.
Yeah, Reese's Senior Bowl. I remember that.
Now they're under a whole new sponsorship.
Here is the official Senior Bowl website, really quick, just their traditions and history. So you get a quick overview. For 76 years, the Senior Bowl's legendary hospitality events have been as much as part of a Senior Bowl week as its practices and game. They began the very first Senior Bowl in Mobile in 1951 in a small room at the Battle House Hotel as the game's original general manager, Ray Schussler, and other founding fathers first entertained those from the NFL with Mobile's own brand of Southern hospitality. So here is the official website. I'll share that down in the comments below so that way you can check it out as I get to these names that KELZ said she posted about 15 minutes ago. But I'll take that link and I'll place it down in the comments. It is there now.
Oh, excuse me.
All right. NOAT, looking for this list of names. Here it is, right here.
Let's see.
All right. First on the list, we got defense, rightfully so. If you think we should take defense at pick 12, let us know what position in the comments below. You got edges, linebacker, pass rusher, David Bailey from Texas Tech. Now, are these ranked in any particular order, or are these just names?
No, it's no ranking.
Just names in particular. All right. So if you're in our group, OAT KELZ just posted this about 15 minutes ago. You can take a look at the long list of names there. We're not going to read through them individually, but just to kind of give you an overview. These are the prospects the Cowboys are interested in, right, KELZ?
Yes.
Because there's, probably, I don't know how many hundreds of kids out there you think today. I know they bring up about 300 out to the Combine, which is coming up, but I'm not sure how many they bring out there to the Panini Bowls.
Well, everything is, as far as the players, all of them are, for the Senior Bowl and the Shrine Bowl, all of them are invite only.
Okay. Roger that. Chris Teckle says defense, edge, and linebacker. I'm with it, man. I think I'm all in on linebacker, which we'll talk about each of the position groups in our podcast as it comes up. But our very first one, we'll be talking about BPA. Does anybody know what BPA stands for? Let us know in the comments below. Chris says defense. Lavelle says cornerback. Can't go wrong there. We sure need one of those. What a big
yeah, I'm with the cornerback. Yeah.
You with the cornerback at 12, KELZ? That's what you're saying? You want the cornerback at 12? Who you got your eyes on? I know they got to have big.
And not taking away from the linebacker as far as the linebacker, I would be okay with drafting a linebacker in the first round if we had a solid veteran linebacker present, which we don't.
Yeah, and this is going to be nice because even though Overshown came back in the middle of the season last year late, this will be his
You don't
first full
you don't
season
have
in
enough
training
skins.
camp. Huh?
You don't have enough skins
No,
to
we
be
know, but I'm saying this will be his first training camp coming back full as he gets ready to enter that. But I agree with you. A veteran linebacker. Are there any free agents that you currently got your eyes on that make sense for the Cowboys, KELZ?
I do. They are. I can't. Yeah, I do. I do. I just need to check to see.
Well, I'm going to the free agency list out there since
I'm
we want
trying
to talk
to.
about
I'm trying
anybody
to
in
think to
particular.
see if he's a restricted or unrestricted.
Well, Bobby Wagner is a free agent. How about Bobby Wagner? Let me pull up this list. You just tapping in, say hello, good morning. Top of the morning, everybody. The Senior Bowl is streaming live. We'll be taking some live look-ins as we take a look at this linebacker free agency from Sport Track. I guess that's pretty legit, right? Bobby Wagner,
Hold on, I have my glasses.
Levante David, Demario Davis, Kenneth Murray. Oh, Kenneth Murray from Dallas. Are we keeping Kenneth Murray or not? Because I'm hearing everybody say, speaking of linebackers, KELZ, we need to get rid of Kenneth Murray. They say he don't even know how to play football.
Nah, I ain't gonna go that far.
Well, we always going to stretch it a little bit, but I mean, how are you in terms of Kenneth Murray and his performances last season? Are you ready to say, hey, let's try him one more time under the new staff, or what?
No, I wouldn't say that. I honestly, I'm gonna say no because the direction that the team is going in, this won't be a good scheme for him. Kenneth Murray is a dynamic player, just not under a flu system. Now, let's say if Dan Quinn was still here, he would have been okay.
So you're saying he's not going to fit new defensive coordinator Christian Parker? His scheme, what is he running? A 3-4? What is it that he likes to run?
He's running a 3-4.
Okay. All you gurus out there that wanted to know what our new DC is running, looks like 3-4 is heavy. Going to be in the rotation, but I'll take this link from Sport Track. You want to take a look at some of the linebackers that are available? You take a look at defense right now. Seattle got the best defense still left in the league going into the Super Bowl. They got Tank over there. I can't name one other player on their defense.
On Seahawks?
On the Seahawks, yeah.
And see, that's why I want to say, like, the only one that can really come to mind that's like a big name is Tank.
Yeah, that's the only one I know on their defense.
Right. What some of these Cowboy fans, I'm not trying to take a shot at you, but if you consider it a shot, oh well.
The shoe fit, then yeah, put it on. Okay, go ahead.
Cowboy fans are so used to these big, splashy, glittery 24-karat gold names. And when we don't get them, it's a problem when they hear a name or we get a name that they never heard of. And then they say, oh, he's a bust, he's a this. But my question is, have you ever seen the film?
They even do that with the staff, because they said Christian Parker ain't never ran nothing as a coordinator, and it's gonna be a flop because dude has no experience.
He designed a lot of plays under Fangio.
Well, he's also had 12 years of total coaching experience, which I think a lot of people don't know his resume, which, that's why we tap in here to dive a little deeper to paint a little clearer picture.
Right. So when we get a name that is unheard of and everything, oh, he's a bust, he's this. Well, have you ever seen this player play? Have you read their stats? Have you seen this? Have you seen that?
Well, I know they were saying that about Savon Rebel this year, even though he came off an injury and was a rookie. So, I agree with you 100%.
It doesn't have nothing to do with the rookie. It could be a free agent. But see, the thing is, some of these Cowboy fans are so tied up to these glitz and glam names and everything. They don't look at the whole total profile. Like, will this player fit with this scheme? of this coach. What does the injury record looks like?
Yeah.
What does this look like? And then when we get these big name splashy players, what happens some of the time? They flop, they a bust, they don't do this. But then when you get the ones that you never heard of their names and they produce more, oh, and then you say, oh yeah, they said, nah, homie, keep that same energy you was talking about them when they came on the team.
Um,
So I
let's
just
talk,
need, so my thing is, I hope that some Cowboy fans will get it into their thick skulls that just because it's not a splashy name, that this player is not serviceable and do something.
I hear you 100%. Yeah, I know all kind of them Cowboy fans in our comments. But let's talk about some money. Let's talk about the bag because NFL news broke yesterday, Kels. The NFL salary cap now is going up to over 300 million. I want to take a look at where are the Cowboys, where are we at currently? Because there's still folks out there running around saying we broke going into free agency and we ain't even got no money to pay our bills, Kels.
Yeah, so the thing is, I mentioned that what, months ago, that we're going to be coming into a salary cap of
You
300.
did.
Okay. So let me see the Cowboy. So that negative 31 that I want people to see. Okay? No,
Right
the
here.
negative 31. That's the money from the remaining contract that we have on the books now. Some of those are Terrence Steele, and I forgot the other one. Hold on, go back to it
Oh, I'm
real
trying to
quick.
get something happened on my screen. I'm trying to get out of there. There we go. Let me get out of there. Got locked out over there. All right, let me scroll back down here to Dallas. Now you said that 31. What else did you want to look at?
All right, the remaining, that last line where you see 24,
24.
that is what we're carrying over into the 2026 season. That's the remaining of the salary cap from the 2025.
Now where is this? Where there's folks being or saying I don't know where this number's coming from. Like we're 50 million in the hole already.
We're not. We're
I
not.
know. I'm just saying there's a lot of fake news out there, but I wanted folks to hear from you that if you're seeing that type of stuff, stop the cap because
That
this should spell well, especially with the salary cap going up, especially with some contract negotiations
right.
like George Pickens, Javante Williams.
Yep.
Are we gonna tag George, or what are we gonna do with George?
Don't know. We'll see. The franchise tag window opens February 17th until February 28th, and um that's when clubs are permitted uh to designate the exclusive franchise tag as well as the non-exclusive franchise tag. Um, and they have until the 28th to do it. But the players cannot officially sign on the tag until when the new league year starts, which is March 11th at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And they have until July 15th to sign it. If they don't sign it, then that tagged player will play on the franchise tag deal.
Yeah, I know. Stephen Jones was interviewed there a few days back, the East West Shrine Bowl, and they asked him about George Pickens' contract, and he says we're not going to get into the details right now.
Yeah.
So I think that's kind of interesting. They didn't want to pontificate on that, but Todd Archer has reported that the general consensus at the Star. I don't know if you can verify that, but Todd Archer is saying that feeling around the Star in Frisco is they're going to tag him.
I mean, honestly, we can tag them. I would prefer. I guess this is the petty me inside. I would tag. I would still work out a deal with GP3, but I would franchise tag Brandon Aubrey, even though his deal won't break the bank. But I would franchise tag Aubrey so Bones Fossil won't get him to come to Tennessee.
And he's still trying to get in. Well, I mean, he is the
I
best
wouldn't
kicker in the
blame. I
league.
mean, if but see, the thing is, he's considered a restricted free agent, so that means the Cowboys will be the first one to initiate the contract and say, okay, Brandon, this is what we can offer you, but if you don't like this deal, you can still shop around and go and see what other teams have to offer. So if
And then they make the offer, you bring it back and show us, and we can match it.
and
We got a right to match it.
exactly.
Yeah.
So that's what the restricted free agency.
So tag Aubrey and then try to work
I
a
would say,
deal with Mulugeta and Pickens to retain Pickens long term.
mm-hmm.
Man, that's interesting. I would say tag Pickens because I don't want that smoke with Mulugeta because I don't think that's going to go well, especially what happened with Michael Parsons last
But
round. I know
even
that
if,
ain't got
but
nothing
see,
to
the
do with
thing is,
George Pickens,
if
but
you, but see,
same age.
the thing is, even if you tag him, you're still gonna have to deal with it
Yeah,
in
next year. But
next
then we
year.
could
You
pay
got to work
Aubrey.
out, if you don't work out, a deal with them.
Y'all let us know in the comments below. Tag Aubrey, tag GP, tag nobody. Let us know what would y'all do with Aubrey coming up in this
It's
free
just
agency.
it's just an interesting it's just an interesting situation. Like, oh, which one to do? I mean, because honestly, I flip back and forth between the two.
Because wouldn't
I
it
just
cost more to pay wide receiver 1A money to GP than just to pay Brandon Aubrey, the highest paid kicker in the league? I mean, to me, it's just like he's going to want top dollar after last season, especially with CD going down. That helped his campaign. I know Mulugeta and his team know about that.
Well, you can't. I mean, honestly, the kicker is really. I mean, he will be the highest, but he's not going to be like, oh, you're talking about 20 million a year. The way that the the way that his contract will be like maybe let's say between the
I don't
ballpark.
think I don't think Mulugeta taking no hometown.
No, what I'm talking about as far as like with the kicker,
Oh.
Brandon Aubrey's contract is not going to be that much. Yes, he will be the highest paid, but we're talking about like a multi-year deal that is
Yeah, but a multi-year deal on
a
Aubrey is
kicker.
not as much as it's going to be with Pickens.
Right. That's what I'm saying. So we're talking about a ballpark figure between 25 to 30 million. And if you're talking about like a 4-year deal or something like that, then that's almost like let's say between 5 to 6.5 mil.
Just say 7 on the top end, 35. I mean, still going to cost more to keep GP.
Yeah, it
I don't
will.
know. It's an
I don't
interesting
know. That's the
conversation. Y'all let
thing.
us know in the
I
comments
flip.
below. Sterling says he's going to tag him.
Yeah, I mean, I flip around. I say, yeah, tag GP and work out a deal. And then the next man, I'm like, I want to be petty.
Because
Tag.
everybody's saying that, if we sign him long term, that's going to eat up our money that we got for free agency, right?
Okay, so again, because I mentioned this before, even if we give Pickens a multi-year deal, if we don't tag him and we give him a multi-year deal, it's not going to take effect until the 2027 season because he is still on the Pittsburgh Steelers books.
Ooh, there's a nugget right there. Y'all let us know. Did you know that? I didn't know that in the comments. It's great intel. So it won't hurt us in the bank next year. So the
It
pot
won't hurt us.
thickens maybe with tagging Aubrey versus Pickens.
Yep, and that's the same. That was the same thing I said during when was it, when the trade deadline ended for the 2025. Even if we offered him an extension then, it still would not take effect till the 2027 season.
Joe tapping in from Italy, which never sleeps, says, what do you think about our backup quarterback? Are we bringing him back or should we draft one? Ooh, great question.
Well, Will Greer was one of the players that wasn't given what's the contract called, if an in future contract.
Yeah, one of the promissory contracts, one of the
Yeah,
future
that one.
contracts. Yeah.
Yeah. The reason why Joe Milton wasn't given one because he's still under contract under
The Patriots.
The Patriots. And he's still on the Patriots, but even though he was traded to us.
So you think we're keeping him? He's still going to be developing
honestly,
under Dak this season, or are we on?
We will still keep him.
Because there's not a lot of quarterbacks in this draft, right? There's like low market value.
A lot of quarterbacks pulled out because they decided they wanted to stay back another year. Stay at their school for another year.
So not a cream of the crop type of quarterbacks coming out. I can't name one. Can y'all name one? Let us know in the comments, Joe. If you're gonna draft the quarterback, Joe, who you looking at?
All of the quarterbacks will be coming out the 2027 draft. That's why everybody is looking more forward to the 2027 draft than they are this year's draft. And it's a running. Is he a running back?
Who?
Hold on, because one of them, he was going to enter the draft, this year's draft, but he decided not to. I'm about to give you his name.
While she's looking him up, I'm going to pull up the official.
Safety. He's a safety. Bray Hubbard from Alabama. He decided to return to school, back to Alabama for another year. So he's coming out in the 2027 draft. So, like I said a couple of shows ago, I would not be surprised if the Cowboys draft a quarterback in one of the later draft picks, because I don't think they're too confident in the quarterback room. And don't get me wrong, I love Joe Milton's arm. He has.
Oh yeah, he got a rocket. Cannon. What do they call him? Cannon, rocket. It's one of them things.
They call him Bazooka Joe.
Bazooka. No, they call him. Yeah, I think it's Bazooka. But shout out to Bazooka Joe.
But during his whole his draft run, they was calling his arm a cannon. The thing is, I don't like people losing their jobs or anything. I hope that while a lot of the coaching changes are made, I hope they will change the quarterback coach, or wait a minute, who's that guy that they brought in as a quarterback coach fellow?
I don't know, but I got the latest correspondence from Patrick Walker on the turnstile of coaches in and out in Dallas.
They need someone that knows how to coach that type of arm that Joe Milton has, because there's a lot of quarterbacks that has an arm like Joe Milton. We need a.
What can you tell us about cornerbacks coach Ryan Smith, new arrival?
Ryan Smith. This was a good one to get. He's been with
expected to be hired pending contract reports. He cornerbacks coach of the Cardinals in 25 underwent a formal interview on Thursday.
Yeah, he put a little spice onto Buda Baker. And how long Buda Baker's been in the league? When Ryan Smith.
Yeah. The only thing I know about Buda Baker is DK Metcalf walked him down, but I mean that dude is pretty fast.
Yeah. So when Ryan Smith came in, to the Cardinals fold, he put a little bit of spice to Buda Baker. He is a product of William and Mary College out here in Williamsburg, Virginia. He is a member of Kappa Alpha Psi Fraternity Incorporated. So Christian Parker is getting ready to turn that defense into a crimson and cream party, and I am all for it. So,
well, I think it's going to be interesting because at pick 12 and pick 20, we hear all this defense, but the BPA scenario, I'm scared to death. We get an offensive lineman at pick 12 because that's the most Cowboy thing to do, especially if he's from Michigan.
We don't need no Michigan players. Okay, so Dele Harding is the QB fellowship that's on the team. That's one of the coaches. But the quarterback coach we have now, Steve Shimko. I don't know if he knows how to maneuver Joe Milton's arm.
So long story short, Joe might not fit. So, but not a lot of quarterbacks in this draft. I can't name one. Can you name one? Leave us a comment down there below. Be interesting because we do cover quarterbacks. That'll be our last position group on our final show before our competition on position predictions. Can you predict what 8 positions the Cowboys are going to pick? Not just the name, not even the name, but just the position itself. And with pick 12 and pick 20, I'm like, we got to go. We got to have impact player on the defensive side of the ball. I think that's going to be the key. If we get 2 impact players, KELZ, at 12 and 20 with all this new young defensive wizardry coming into the building in Frisco with Schottenheimer, I think they might be able to make a quick impact or put something together there pretty quickly because nobody's going to have any film on us per se, and maybe they might be able to whip something up in this, you said 3-4 scheme that Christian Parker's going to be running?
Yeah, 3-4-5-2 scheme and a hybrid secondary room. So when it comes to the cornerbacks, a hybrid press and zone, and a strong and free safety 2-high shell hybrid in the safety.
All that in a bag of chips. It's going to be interesting to watch it unfold, especially as we take another live look in at the Senior Bowl in Mobile, Alabama, the last of 2 bowls, because after this, then it's really time to start narrowing down that search or his names, or what other events do they got coming up? Don't they got, well, they got the Combine coming up right at the end of the month in February in Indiana.
Right after this, you have hold on, I'm about to get the list now.
Yeah, because I'll be there for the Combine, and that weekend we'll do a show while I'll be at the Combines. I've never been to the Combine, so I'm looking forward to going out there and soaking that up to grab some content and also get some intel down at the Combine as we take a look at who are the Cowboys going to draft in April.
So the week of the 16th, that's the NFL HBCU Combine.
That's right. I remember you talking about that last year.
And then on the 21st, they have the HBCU Legacy Bowl. And those players that's invited to the HBCU Combine will be playing in the Legacy Bowl. And then that following week, the ones that have been invited to the NFL Combine in Indianapolis, which is a free event. It is a free event. Just download the NFL One Pass app, and you can register for your tickets there and how many days you're going to attend. They set it up like a whole NFL experience. You're going to see the helmets where you can take a picture. They will have like a mini Pro Football Hall of Fame exhibit there. Sometimes they will put a tarp out on the outside of Lucas Oil Field where you could kick field goals, try to throw a pass, and all that other stuff. So all that happens the week of the 23rd, February 23rd.
Yeah, I'll be down there that Friday, the 27th. So shout out to everybody in Indianapolis. It'll be my first visit to Lucas Oil Field. Shout out to Nicole Craig, the Green Badge subscriber here. She lives about 2 hours from out there. We'll be possibly linking up. But Joe's got a question. KELZ says, we have those 2 first round picks. Do those picks come with a 5th-year option?
Yes, they do. The first round picks come with a 5th-year option.
Awesome question, Joe. Awesome question. I did not know that either. That's important to know.
And yeah, so it's up to the team to if they're going to exercise it. They're normally eligible to exercise the 5th-year option on that rookie's 3rd year.
Good intel there as we take another. We're still live looking in at the Senior Bowl in Mobile, Alabama. All the links are in the comments. We went to the official Senior Bowl website. First original Senior Bowl was in 1951. Another opportunity for college, prospects to work with NFL coaches in their preparation for the upcoming NFL draft. As you heard KELZ break down, there's still a lot of touch points per se, because that's something that we talked about here last year. It seems like the more a Cowboys staff or gets a player through these touch points, the more intel they can grab on them, the better informed decision they can make whether they want to draft. Because like with Tyler Booker last year, who came off in the first round, immediate impact on the offensive line, and folks are hailing him like he's the best thing since sliced bread on the offensive line.
He gave a lot of left defensive tackles and left edges the blues this season. I'm interested to see. Okay, so I do know one of the players that contracts will expire is Terrence Steele.
You did bring that up last show.
I don't think the team is going to renew him to a new contract, even if it's a year or 2 years.
Steele about to be out the door. I know that'll make a lot of fans happy because a lot of fans don't like Terrence Steele. His performance rather.
So hopefully then, if that's the case, then hopefully they will move Tyler Guy into his natural position, which is a right tackle, and then we could either work with who we have already that's in the offensive line room. Like if we keep TJ Bass will be another person to fill in the left tackle spot.
Mm-hmm.
Or we could draft an offensive left tackle because there's a few coming out in this year's draft.
Yeah, I've got the ESPN article up here. It's just shared here a day or so ago, assessing Tyler Booker and the Cowboys rookie draft class. So we'll go back and we'll take a look at, we took Tyler Booker round 1, pick 12. History repeating itself. Oh, we don't need offensive line. We need defense at pick 12 this year. Yes. Donovan Ezeraku. They talked about him a lot. They had high praise for Donovan Ezeraku this year. I know you talked about him quite a few times on the show this season. Then Revo we've seen come in after injury late in the season. Hopefully a healthy training camp and all of that this season. We'll see some better impact. People seen some good things with him last year. Jaden Blue, Shamar James, that's another linebacker. As we talk about the linebacker position, didn't we let Logan Wilson go? I heard somebody say that Logan Wilson ain't with us anymore.
No, he's still there. I think he has another year with us.
Okay. But I'll take this ESPN link and I'll share it down in the comments as we assess last year's draft overall. We have 8 picks currently. Don't know if that's going to change. Any news or updates on that? The whole compensatory stuff. I know that should be coming out pretty soon.
Yeah, most of the draft picks will come out between the end of February or sometime in March.
Right around that combine time, man. So that'll be exciting because we can get more. Because you talked about this last show that trading back to get another pick to give us 9 overall bodies, if that's 8 were our total number.
Right. Because like I said, this is the first year. I mean, not the first year, but this is the first time in years where we had both trade draft capital and trade equity. And I'm gonna say it again, and I know I'm gonna say it again on the next show. Your draft capital is the amount of money that each team needs to go to the draft. Yeah,
with about 15 million, right?
Yeah, your trade equity are your picks.
So really, that 24 that we got now, then really we got like 9 or something like that.
Yeah. What, 9 picks?
No, I'm talking about the millions because we looked at the salary cap number. We got to have 15 allocated.
Yeah, to go.
We got 24 in the bank currently.
And 9 remaining. 9.
Yeah, and then plus there's some other money that came in, and then now the NFL salary cap has jumped up, so more money in the bank. It looks like we're gonna have to play with, right?
Yeah. So once that money is divided, because right now they're saying we're between 301 to 305. So once we get the exact number of how much it is, that's going to be divided 32 ways. When that is divided 32 ways, so whatever that is, you're going to add that 24 million to it. So let's just say we get a nice little lump sum of $60 million, right? I'm just using that as an example. That's 60 million plus that 24 million. So we're talking about close to between 85 to 90 million dollars. This is not even including the built-in restructuring clause that's in Dak Prescott's and CD Lamb's contract. We don't have to pull the plug on that if we don't want to, even
Somebody
though it's
said and on
automatic.
YouTube, KELZ, you said 15 million. I don't know if he's misunderstood or maybe he's saying 10 million to pay the rookies. I don't know if that, maybe he
No,
just got it a bit late.
you have to have a minimum of $15 million.
Okay, there you have it. 15 milli. That's great intel there. Picking up some great intel here today. Fifth year options on if the team take it on those 2 first-round picks as we take another live look in at the Senior Bowl here. Who do you got in the Super Bowl? I got the Seahawks, but they're going crazy. They're going crazy up here in Seattle about them Seahawks.
Technically, I got Green Day and Bad Bunny.
Oh yeah, you got the halftime shows. Ooh, that's gonna be interesting on many levels to see how that halftime show unfolds. But
I really don't care
Seahawks.
how you feel about it. I'm gonna be enjoying it. But
oh yeah, there's a lot of people gonna be enjoying it. There's a lot of people, not even our fan base is gonna enjoy the picks that we're gonna take because they're gonna say, "Oh, why did they take this guy instead of this guy?" But I got Seattle in the overall scheme of things.
I do want to see Tank and Aiden Dirty to get their ring.
Imagine that. Tank left last season and went to Seattle, said, we'll never win a Super Bowl in Dallas. He's in the Super Bowl, potentially can win the Super Bowl. I don't know. There's good storylines. There's that with Tank, but I also know on the Patriot side of the house, you got Mike Vrabel, who I wanted us to go hire for coach before we hired Schottenheimer last year. That was the guy on my short list because I knew the team whatever team he went to, that would identify him. Three-time Super Bowl champion as a player. He could be the first to win it as a player and a coach if the Patriots win.
Yeah, don't get me wrong. I like Mike Vrabel. I do. I don't think Tennessee was a good spot for him. I don't think Mike would have done what he's doing now in New England with us because who would. So I mean, let's just.
There's other politics. Yeah, he's a very, very alpha male-ish type. I don't know if that's a good fit, but hey, Vontail says, I think you covered this here last about the trading back at that pick 20 scenario.
So when it comes to the trade equity, that's basically your picks. So since we have 2, the 12th pick is our BPA. That is our BPA. The 20th pick that was sent to us by Green Bay is your will and deal pick.
So the Cowboys could potentially deal it away to get another pick to give us 9 overall bodies.
To get more draft capital because we do not have a second round. We don't have a third round. I want to say we don't have a 4th round. I have to check unless
I'm about to pull up. Oh no, that's just never mind. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, you're fine. So honestly, I would trade that. So for example, depending where Seattle Seahawks fall, if they win, they'll get the 32nd pick. If they lose, they get the 31st pick. So despite how they fall, there is a position that needs to be addressed in the draft by the Seattle Seahawks. This player is going to go before our 20th pick. So it's in the spot. So this player is going to go between the 18th, maybe the 19th, and the 22nd pick. So if their general manager Snyder gets on the phone and call Jerry Jones and say, hey, This player that we have on our board, he's going to go within the time. It's time for you to pick at 20. If we could take the 20th pick, and he's still on the board right now. He's still on the board right now. Nobody has picked him in 18 or 19. Can we take your 20th pick so we can draft this player? Jerry Jones can say, okay, you can take our 20th pick, but we also want your second or your third round. That's how we could get back into day two.
Well,
So
KELZ,
I'm normally not the type that will trade depending on, like, it was a Patrick Surtain situation. Like, we was getting ready to pick Patrick Surtain, and then Christian Parker and his boys, when he was with the Denver Broncos, they drafted him at
also Christian Parker was there in Denver when they nabbed Surtain. I remember you brought that up here. That's good to know. Hey man, he must have had some input on that. Hopefully he'll have some good input on these picks.
Yeah. So but that could be a situation for us I will trade that 20th pick. I will take Seattle's whatever pick they have um in the late, like the last two of the first rounds, just to get back into day two. I'll that's the one time I'll trade down, because we have
It's gonna
two
be
picks.
interesting. It's gonna be interesting. But in another news, did you hear we got damn near the whole offense at the Pro Bowl? It's coming up on Tuesday, which will have a live look-in, overview, and reactions. On Tuesday is the Pro Bowl games are set to kick off. The Cavante Turpin now in the Pro Bowl.
Yep.
We got 8 Dallas Cowboy players in the Pro Bowl games. I haven't watched the Pro Bowl since the last time, but we're going to tap in on Tuesday for our live reactions and overviews. Is there anything you're looking forward to for the Pro Bowl games, KELZ? Do you watch them?
I'm just interested to see how they're going to squeeze all this stuff in, because it seemed like this year they're not even doing the obstacle course. You know how they normally do that obstacle course?
Yeah, they do
and
all
that
kind of little stuff over there now.
Yeah.
Everything but full pad-on-pad football.
Yeah, I was I think I was talking to Big Time about it. I miss the old school Pro Bowl games, where I remember when the Pro Bowls used to be after the Super Bowl, and that's when the Super Bowl used to be in January, and right after after the Super Bowl, they will go to Hawaii, even the Super Bowl winning team, and they will play the Pro Bowl in Hawaii, and they will still do like all the little extra stuff, like the little obstacle things and everything that leads up to the game and everything. But I'm interested to see how if they're going to do the obstacle stuff this year. Like, they may.
I don't know what they do, because I ain't watched it.
Yeah, they may pre-record all that stuff like on Monday, because the game is Tuesday, right?
Yeah, Tuesday we'll
and
tap
then
in.
they'll probably show like those obstacle stuff that they did on Monday on Tuesday, and then add the points that way.
Are you watching the Pro Bowl games? Let us know in the comments below. We appreciate everybody on all 3 platforms: Facebook, LinkedIn, and on YouTube. Shout out to my guy Vinny, new name here on YouTube, tapping in with the show. We appreciate that. Make sure you press like and share the video. Help us grow here. We'll be doing Position Predictions 2.0. That'll be 10 episodes after the Super Bowl, before the NFL draft. So in between those, to get these 8 picks ready, we're going to cover the different position groups as we're kind of tapping in here to the Senior Bowl today, taking a look at what's going down, keeping up with the trends. As you've seen the other link that I placed in the comments from Dallas Cowboys official site on the coaching turnstile to catch you up to speed.
Yeah, they just posted the complete roster at just now at 1:50 p.m.
Who is they and where?
The Pro Bowl roster is
okay.
finally completed. They completed it 1:50 my time.
Let me go to Pro Bowl roster, take a look at the news here. You talking about just for the Cowboys or for everybody?
Everybody.
Yeah, I don't see anything on everybody just yet.
Let me switch to the
But yeah,
NFL.
let us know in the comments below. Are you watching the Pro Bowl games on Tuesday? And if not, come over and join us. We're going to do a overview and reactions like we've done with the Shrine Bowl and what we're doing here today with the Senior Bowl.
So instead of Matthew Stafford, Jared Goff will be his replacement. Jalen Hurts will be the replacement, of course, for Sam Darnold because he's in the
Yeah, none of the Super Bowl players that got picked to the Pro Bowl are playing, right?
yeah. And Dak Prescott. Dak Prescott is like a backup. So him and Jalen Hurts are the backup to Jared Goff.
Yeah.
But they will still play. They will still play. It's just that Jared Goff is the starter. Then running backs, they got Jameer Gibbs, Christian McCaffrey, and Robinson. The full back is Kyle Juszczyk from the 49ers. The wide receivers, they have four. So you got Puka Nakua. CeeDee Lamb is replacing Jackson Smith and
Yeah, just
Jigma.
put the whole Cowboys offense on the Pro Bowl. I mean, we got 8 players. No defensive players made the Pro Bowl.
Yeah, and you got JP3 tight ends. You got Jake Ferguson is replacing George Kittle.
There you go. There's the one of the 7 of the 8s. But Sterling's got a great question here, KELZ, as you're going through that Pro Bowl list. With all the firings amid changing to younger league next, this upcoming season is going to be wild. What's your thoughts? I mean, we went younger.
Honestly, okay.
And it's going to be rough. I don't expect quick results.
I like that the league, the league's been going younger for a minute now. It's just that Gerald Wayne Jones Sr. is still stuck in the Flintstone age.
Shout out to the Flintstones.
Now, and
Yabba dabba doo.
And the thing is, the game of football is changing so much. And a lot of these players now, not the players, but even the coaches, they looking at some of the schemes and everything that is going on in college football, and they are translating into regular, in regular professional football. So, and even if you look at the Canadian Football League, they got some crazy plays that I'd be looking at like, yo, really? Like, I kind of like that scheme. Well, same thing with the UFL.
I got a question for you. Me and Bob covered this when the news came out. Robert Kraft was, owner of the New England Patriots in the Super Bowl. Robert Kraft was out there advocating, saying, pushing the needle, saying that the league is getting ready to go to 18 games and 1 mandatory overseas game per season. Now, that's not a matter of if, probably when. All I really basically heard him say was, we're out of money in the USA. We need to expand globally. But what's your thoughts on extending to 18 games and 1 mandatory overseas game per team every season, as we're talking about the game is changing?
I'm for it because the talk has been, after it's hell getting up the next day after Super Bowl.
Yeah, the NFLPA is going to push back because there's already pushback between a Sunday and a Thursday night game for the recovery time and all of that. And then you're talking about now a mandatory overseas game, which the NFL a couple of years back divided up the whole globe. We know Cowboys have Mexico. We're waiting on the schedule to come out in May to find out when the Cowboys are going to be in Mexico. So literally got to have a passport to keep up with the Joneses.
I mean, I have no problem with the international games. I don't.
I don't either. But I know the NFLPA and them are going to be like, oh, that's too much. We don't have enough recovery time. There's that argument.
I think what it is like if you're playing on, even if it's an international game, I think the only international game that's going to be on a Thursday is normally is like the game in Brazil. The games in Brazil. That's been like the Thursday game anyway. You still get like a mini bye week on that game. You still get like 10 days before your next game. Yeah. But if it's on a Sunday, so let's just say the Cowboys play London, let's say, for example, play London this coming season, and that's a Sunday game, I would expect them not to play, depending on where they're located. Now, if this is like a New York team, because New York, a flight from New York to London is like 6 to 8 hours. So it's not a real big drastic time change where you have to, reacclimate your body. But if it's like Texas or California, one of them teams, I would not expect those type of teams to play that Sunday. Let that game be like a Monday night game. Does that make sense?
Yeah. I got another question for you. Now, last year you called it. You said Jerry was going to the league or advocating for the Cowboys to open up on Thursday Night Football against the Eagles, who had won the Super Bowl. Now, hear me out. Imagine if Tank got a ring with Seattle, because the Cowboys are scheduled to come to Seattle this next season. Do you think Jerry goes back to the league to say, hey, we want to play the Seahawks on Thursday Night Football in Seattle to open up the season?
That's gonna be a Sunday on Monday night game.
Yeah, because I mean, you called it. You let everybody know here early, months before that came out, that Jerry. I was like, man, there ain't no way, because I thought the Super Bowl teams had to play it.
We won't know until we knew that Philly. We knew that Philly was going to play the Thursday night game. Was that Monday after the Super Bowl?
Yeah, I know how, we draw eyeballs because, Thanksgiving.
No, it was before. It was before the Super Bowl that it came out that Philly was going to be playing that first game to kick off the season.
Yeah, because you were talking about it on the podcast last year. I remember that.
So I have not heard who. That's going to be a word.
Well, I want you to keep your ear to the street, because I know, like I said, I got Seattle. And if Seattle wins, y'all know it's going to be up. If Seattle wins, I'm going to be at the parade down. I'm going to be down here getting some content on them Seahawks, because we got to see them this next season anyway.
Now, if I see that if they say that Seattle is going to do the first Sunday night game or kick off the season, then trust Jerry is going to be on that phone.
Yeah,
to get that game. But honestly, I could see that being like a Sunday night, because that's going to be a big game. And I haven't been to Seattle, and I know Seattle can get loud.
12 man. They designed that stadium for acoustic reasons to amplify the home team. They call it 12 man.
Yeah, I could. It's going to be crazy at night, so I could see that game being like a night game, like a Sunday night.
I don't know. Y'all let us know down in the comments below who you got in the Super Bowl, who you think opens up. Joe Tranchina says, I'd rather open up against the Eagles in Dallas. I don't know. We normally play like New York first at home, but because we normally get one of those division games out of the way. It'd be interesting. I've been asking folks, I've been running into, because think about it. Imagine if Philly were going to the Super Bowl in Dallas and they could win one in our stadium. I've been asking Niner fans I've been running into, how do you feel if the Seahawks go to Levi Stadium in your division and win the Super Bowl? Could y'all imagine that? Any Niner fans tapping in here? Let us know how you feel, bang, bang. How would you feel, KELZ, if Philly, hypothetically speaking here, was going to the Super Bowl in Dallas and won one at our stadium? You know how bad their fan base is.
I mean, it's probably going to be the same feeling when Green Bay Packers won the Super Bowl during the first year of AT&T Stadium.
There's rumors going around. Mike McCarthy going to try to peel Dak off and get him to reunite over there in Pittsburgh. Something, there's a ton of fake news out there.
Only if Jason Garrett went back into the league for head coaching, I can see. But see, that's going to be a lot, though. That's going to be a lot of trade. But see, no. Can't do that because Dak Prescott got a no trade clause. So,
well, there's that. So be careful for the fake news out there. We'll always make sure you're in the intels as we take our live look in here for reactions and overview on the Senior Bowl as we get ready for position predictions to kick off on February 15th, the day after Valentine's Day. Kels, you got any Valentine's Day plans?
Nope, it's just another day to me. I will be chilling.
Yeah, my son's got a competition, so he'll be trying to break two more or his two state records for deadlift and for bench press out here. The kid's already putting up 500 pounds. His goal is he wants to, play or, do heavy lifting and try to get into the Olympics and powerlifting and all of that stuff. So I'll be out there in
Oh Lord, they
Spokane,
fighting
Washington.
already?
What's that?
I said, dang, they fighting already. Oh, so here's one thing about the Senior Bowl. So there's a few players that's on this team. So if you see anybody with a white helmet, a solid white Riddell helmet, they decided at the last minute that they were going to go ahead and accept the invitation and play in the Senior Bowl. So that does not give them enough time to get their actual school helmet. But they will have like their name on their jersey,
Mm-hmm.
but they don't have their official school helmet. So they will be wearing a white helmet. And one thing I did find out, of course, it was after the Shrine Bowl. Let me pull that little bit of information out real quick.
All types of great intels here today.
Yeah, so and it happened during the practice for the Senior Bowl as well. So during for the Senior Bowl and the Shrine Bowl, they are using smart footballs. The smart footballs, they have chips inside the ball and inside of the balls, and
Microchips, computer
yeah,
microchips, right? Yeah.
right. And it's to measure different analytics of the spin rates and the efficiency of the quarterback. Um for the Shrine Bowl, uh quarterback Haynes King from Georgia Tech had the most consistent spin rate with spin efficiency of all the QBs that was at the Shrine Bowl this past Tuesday, with 100% spiral efficiency and 600 rotation per minute. Quarterback,
That's a whole lot of analytics.
yeah, quarterback Jalen Daniels out of Kansas, he was second with a 100 spiral efficiency, and quarterback Baron Moulton from Texas Tech had a higher spin rate but a little lower efficiency. I haven't gotten the grade reports yet from the Senior Bowl, but I'll get those when uh when we do another, maybe by the position, our draft show.
Yep. As we get ready to wrap up here, the senior.
Joe, listen. Dak has a no trade, no tag
You
clause.
just did say that. Come on, Joe. Keep up over there. I know you like probably watching 5 podcasts at once because Joe's on all of them. But yeah, you did cover that. So Dak has a no trade clause, so he's not going to Pittsburgh. There's a lot of fake news on this app, but we don't spread it here. So make sure you turn on your notifications. We'll be live Tuesday for the Pro Bowl game reactions and overview. Come tap in with us. I ain't watched the Pro Bowl since last time. I'll be curious to see what I can learn. I love learning something new here every day, especially with y'all and my girl KELZ. Like we learned today, you get a 5th-year option on the 2 first-round picks if Dallas chooses to do it that way, and all other kinds of great stuff. What you got planned for the rest of the weekend, KELZ? Anything? You getting out in the weather? You doing anything?
Well, this we supposed to be under another winter advisory on the 7th, so we'll see what that looks like.
Yeah.
Um,
There's a lot of folks dealing with the element out there. I can't say we've had to deal with it up here, but I
yeah,
know folks are dealing with it out there across the country in the snow.
yeah,
There's a lot of snow content going on out there.
yeah. Right now, it looks like the ice capades. I don't know if people remember that whole
Just ice
ice.
everywhere.
Yeah,
Ice everywhere.
everywhere.
Everywhere. Well, we're going to be everywhere, all over these Pro Bowl games on Tuesday. So turn on your notifications, and we'll see y'all in the gym on Tuesday. Y'all have a safe weekend out there from the Position Predictions 2.0 crew. Hit it, Dandy.
Turn out the lights. The party's over. They say that all good things must end. Call it a night. The party's over. And tomorrow and next year starts the same old thing again.